All right, so I want to give a big shout out to all the night owls rocking with us tonight. With that being said, I'm going to be giving you my tips and tricks to be trading the CPI inflation report heading into tomorrow. We are also going to be breaking down the key levels that we are planning to trade at heading into tomorrow. Let's get straight into the analysis. So first things first, we're going to start off with the levels. Then we're going to go over some tips and tricks that you can use to trade the CPI inflation report. So let's get into it. So in terms of overall levels, and these are going to be the main levels that I need you to focus on heading into tomorrow, are going to be the following. So 410.93, the closing price of today, previous closing price for tomorrow. I want you to think of this as like your make or break middle range, right? This 410.93. You can see in terms of what the SPY is trying to overall do is it's attempting to form some lower highs. So in terms of the SPY, you had very, very strong support at $411.28 with very nice upside potential to almost $414. Well, this previous wick and this previous support is now reacting as a resistance level, as a new lower high. So instead of that big upside, big move to the upside, it's looking to be a big move to the downside and bearish as long as it maintains below this 410.93 to 411.30. So it's bearish if it stays under 410.93 to 411. If it breaks above, it's still going to be bearish. And if you're in puts, then you just want to get stopped out quickly, right? Do not hold your hopes. And then just look for a re-entry towards these levels. 412.74 is going to be another key level for puts. If that reacts bullish and you get stopped out, $415.50 would be your true best level for puts. And then if somehow, some way SPY ever goes above 415.50, your next best level, which is truly the best level on that daily chart, would be this 419.50 level. This level right here, this $419.99, excuse me, $419.99, right? So those are your overall levels. In terms of where we're at on the market, it's trying to form lower highs. It's trying to flip bearish. There's a gap to fill below at $408. There's also a gap to fill below at 405. Now, let's discuss call options. So in terms of call options, we're going to be targeting two levels, but the best one that I need you focused on is the lower level for the reversal. $405. Right here, key support, bottom of the channel, gap to fill. Remember how we discussed to buy call options in previous videos at 404 for the gap to fill? That was the exact bottom. Next day, it shot up all the way to $414. Crazy move. Mo's call options, he ended up swing trading. We're up over 300%, I believe, on that day. But yeah, with that being said, for call options, we're focused on 405. We're going to be looking at 408 as well for a potential bounce, but 405 is our best level. 410.93 is make or break. If it remains under, we go to 408. If it breaks above, we go to 412.74. If 412.74 reacts bearish, then we start the trend back down. If it reacts bullish, then we go to 415.50. That's our next best level for puts. If it breaks above that, then we hit puts at 419.99. Our stop losses are going to be about 50 cents to $1 away from SPY's stock price, right? So if it goes 50 cents to $1 against us, we cut our loss quick and we look to get back in at that overall higher level. Use bullish confirmations for buying calls and bearish confirmations for buying puts at our key levels. It is your responsibility and job as a trader to identify if a floor, support, bullish confirmation is forming at our lower levels and a resistance, bearish confirmation, roof is forming at our higher levels. Now that we went over our levels, let's discuss some tips and tricks that you can use to plan out the CPI levels, right? So in terms of the CPI, there's going to be a big move during the pre-market at 8:30 a.m. So here's some tips and tricks I can give you is to focus on the overreaction. So if it has a massive move up in the pre-market, and then you see it reject one of our levels, whether that's 412.74 or 415, right? You see it start to pull back in the pre-market or at market open. Study where the pullback is, right? So we're saying if it has a move up and it starts to pull back, it's going to bounce. Then when it bounces back up, you can try to short the double top, or you can wait for it to go under the level it bounced off of, right? So it drops under the support level after it's done bouncing. It drops under the support level, and then when it shoots back up to that support level, you can hit puts at the previous support level, right? So for example, let's say that, so here, let's clear this out for you real quick. Let's just quickly say, right, so I'm just giving you some examples so you can use this heading into pre-market tomorrow. Let's say it shoots up, right? It hits 412.74, or it hits one of our resistance levels. It rejects, so it rejects the resistance level, right? And then let's say it forms some support. Wherever the support is, let's say it forms the support at like, $412, right? You're looking for overreactions. It forms some support at 412, it starts to bounce, right? If it shoots back up, forms the double top, and then it goes back down, so it goes back down to the support level. Once it cracks that support, wait for it to bounce back up to the support where it bounced at. So right here, here's where it bounces back up, and then that's where you short. You short this lower high. Previous support should react as a resistance because it formed a double top and it cracked that support. So if it shoots back up to this previous support where it bounced at, then you hit the puts right here on the spike, not on the crash into the dip. That's where you get trapped. Wait for it to spike back up to where it bounced off of initially, right? So that's a tip I can give you in terms of playing put options for tomorrow. Look for a resistance level. If it's spiking up, identify a resistance level. It forms a double top. Wait for it to crack support. Wherever it bounces off of, right? Wait for it to crack. When it cracks, wait for it to shoot back up to the level it bounced off of. Short the lower high, buy the put options, right? Now, in terms of call options, what I would mainly suggest and focus on is just our key levels. I would focus on 408 and 405 for the calls, right? But in terms of calls, this is what you can do. Say the SPY has a big move to the downside, right? So the SPY has a big move to the downside, and then it bounces. So it has a big move to the downside. Say it bounces off of 408, and then it spikes to like $409. So it bounced off 408, spikes to 409. When it pulls back, you can look to buy the dip into the previous support towards like 408.50, towards a little bit of a higher support, or on the retest of the double bottom. Those are some things that you can look to do, right? So that's what I would focus on. Those are some tips. Those are some tricks I can give you. I need you guys focused on the overreactions and the reversals heading into tomorrow. So the main key levels on top of what I've given you is going to be the pre-market. Whether we have a big rejection or we have a big spike, our pre-market levels are going to be very important. I'm looking for a retest of the big overreaction, right? So if it has a massive spike up, I'm looking for a retest of where that bear trap was created right before it had the massive spike to potentially buy a call. If it has a massive crash, I'm looking for the retest where the bulls got trapped, and then I'm looking to short that because they're already trapped, right? So wait for the retest on these big potential moves, and if it doesn't happen, look for our key levels, right? So our key levels, 415.50, 412.74, 411 we're going to keep an eye on, 408, and 405.54. So those are some tips, and so those are some tips and tricks that I can give you in advance. If you do want to trade live with us every single day within the chat room, within the Discord, within my private community, my team, if you want to witness live trading streams, live trading on voice, all of our real-time trade alerts with myself and also the moderators within the chat, our network. If you want to also have access to the course, the video lesson library, the trading system, the unique gap trading strategies I've created, it is all in that first link down below in the description. It is a one-time fee and is a lifetime access. I will see you guys on the inside tomorrow. This is going to wrap up today's video lesson. We're going to absolutely crush it tomorrow. There's going to be new updates within the chat once we get, CPI, once the levels come out heading into tomorrow in the pre-market. I'll be giving a new update and I'll be sharing my newly updated trading plan. But this is what I can give you for now in terms of advance. If you want to witness us trade it live tomorrow, it's going to be that first link down below in the description. It's a one-time fee and you get lifetime access to everything within that first link. I will see you guys tomorrow.